Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you day 25? Yeah, 25 of the A to Z challenge. I cannot believe we're so close to finishing. We've just got today and then tomorrow, and that is it. Now, this one I really had so much fun with. It was super frustrating at first, and I was feeling really disheartened because I wasn't sure that it was actually going to work. And yeah, like I said, I was feeling really disheartened, and I just couldn't get it to work at first, but then eventually I do, and I'm really happy with how the inside of this turns out. The outside, just ignore. We're not here for the outside. This is the first build that I've done where I've solely focused on the inside of the build. And I do a lot of trial and error for a lot of different things. So you'll see me having a lot of issues, but I definitely think if I ever rebuilt this again, I would definitely do it completely differently, and now I know that like what would work and what wouldn't work, what would look good, what would look bad, and I'm very, very excited to I definitely want to retry this in a castle. I do one day. So yeah, this is inspired by, if you didn't know, the Yule Ball from Harry Potter, which you bet your bottom dollar as soon as I started building this, I was like, I want to read and watch them all over again. So definitely going to do that. I'm going to read them first, and then I'm going to watch them again. But yeah, it was really frustrating at first trying to deal with this build. It made me very like flustered and annoyed because it was just not working, and then I had to do all these extra steps, and then I hated it from the outside, and I got to a point where I was like, you know what, just forget about the outside. I put that log out there because I wanted to do this really cool like outdoor area and a garden, and yeah, it just never happened. So absolutely for sure something I will be doing in the future is trying to not make Hogwarts, but a Hogwarts inspired castle with a great hall like this. Very similar to what I've done, except I'm not going to do the stupid roof because from the outside it looks terrible. It's just this box with this like barn roof. It's terrible. But from the inside, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So it, like I said, a lot of being picky and finicky and putting things in and taking them out and removing the roof and the second floor and adding a roof and removing the roof and adding the roof and second floor again. Like it just did not stop. But eventually we got there. So I feel pretty happy with how it ended up. I think I spent about 2 hours on this, just over that. And so for someone who spent 2 hours on this, I'm not at all that mad at how it turned out. But yeah, like I said, I definitely, for first time, love it, but I'm definitely going to rebuild this and do it a lot better. And I'm so, like, absolutely in love with how this turned out. And I'm so excited to do it again and make it even better. And I'm hoping that like future packs and things like that come out that will have a few more items that might actually help me. And then I use tool mod a little bit more because I don't use it all that often, and I don't really make these little scams all that often, but I'm really excited to get in and start doing them more. Scam is actually a term that I learned from Fresh Pick, who is a wonderful simmer. He is a streamer, and he is notorious for never finishing builds on time, like months behind, because of how detailed and beautiful they are. But he used, I was in his community in his stream, and he used the term scam, and I was like, oh, what's a scam? And it's when you take items that are not supposed to be used in one way and like you use them to make another thing. So like I don't know how to explain it. Like if you, okay, there are people out there who have made motorbikes and cars and things like that out of all of the objects in the game, which is totally insane. And yeah, that's a scam. It's to use objects in a way they're not intended to be used. So if you use a mirror, no, not a mirror, sorry, a carpet as a wall piece, that's a scam. It's all things like that. I definitely want to use Tool more to do that sort of stuff because it's really, really cool. And I just want to make sure that I do really fun things like that. And yeah, just improve my builds overall. Like I said in this build, I don't really use it all that much, but I do use it to like line up some things that normally snap to the wall, but I rotate them so that they don't, and then I do some really cool stuff with candles. After having a lot of problems with said candles, so yeah, it's a lot of fun playing around with tool mod, and I'm so glad that I have it because I know that console players can't use it, and it makes me really sad because some of the console people I know are like the best builders ever. So yeah, long story short, if you are wanting to up-level your builds and you play on PC, definitely have a look at tool mod. It doesn't add anything new to your game, but it just changes how you can use things. And so you'll see me doing that when I try and put these pieces in. Originally I was going to use these, but then I didn't end up liking them, and I don't know why I didn't rotate these. Like, that would have been... Maybe I did. I don't know. I do a lot of things, and I try them out, and I keep going back and forward. There you go, you can see me rotating them. And I didn't like, I think, the colouring of them. It just didn't feel right, and I couldn't change them to anything else, like anything lighter. So we decided to get rid of them. And I'm so glad that I did, and I got something else instead. So yeah, the tool mod has been a blessing, and I definitely need to use it more and more. I get really scared to use it for some reason, especially like on stream and whatnot, but I'm slowly moving out of that and using it a lot more often. I think it just comes with like being comfortable with it and knowing how to use it and whatnot. So yeah, definitely leveling up slowly but surely, and I'm very happy about that. And I'll definitely be using it in whatever build I use to make this all over again, in like the Hogwarts inspired castle type thing. Because I really enjoyed this. This was a really fun room to do. And it's huge. Actually, I don't think I used tool. I think I just like the way that it is facing this way. But yeah, anyway, absolutely going to be using tool a lot more often, and I'm so very excited for that because I think it really does help uplift a build if you can be really picky and fanatic with things. I don't think fanatic's the word I'm looking for, but it's the word we got. But anyway, yeah, the build here is slowly starting to come together. This is where I'm like, I don't hate it. Because up until this point, I was like, just give up and do something else, because if it's not working, you can't make it work. But I'm glad I kept going, because for the first time in a while, I've made something work. Like, it's not supposed to, but it does, in my opinion. If you disagree, definitely let me know, because yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this. And I had a lot of fun doing this build, and I think, like, obviously in the future I'd completely change it up, but for this build, I don't think I'd change much of it, just for a first time attempt of this sort of thing. And it's making me really excited to do like a castle again. I've only ever done one. Now I'm doing more, and I'm really excited to actually get in and get those sorts of things done, especially with the new kit. So yeah, we in this I like to say it's Yule Ball inspired. It's not exactly the same. I did have one image up that I was using as my inspiration, but it's The Sims, so I was very limited, and also I'm scared of tools, so I limited myself a little bit. But I think for the Yule Ball inspired build, I definitely did a lot better than what I thought I was going to do. Well, see, I have this thing where I'm like, I think I could do it. I reckon I could do it. And then I try and do it, and I get overwhelmed. And then I go, I don't think I can do it. And I give up. But This time I didn't give up, and I'm really happy that I didn't, because it's really starting to come together. Um, you just wait until I add all of these lights and plants everywhere, and then it just looks gorgeous. Like, I'd probably use this as a wedding venue, actually. Like, if I made the outside look way better. You could definitely add this as a wedding venue. I was going to add bathrooms and a kitchen and like a hallway and blah blah blah, but I ended up deleting that all, so it's literally just this room here. So yeah, please ignore how ugly the outside is. The inside, in my opinion, is what's important. This build's actually being done the day before, which is, and being recorded the day before, which is really good, because this morning I was actually recording another video, and the short and the reel and the post were all a little late. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to fix all of that up. Well, I can't fix it up, it's already done. But I'm definitely going to get this one out and done early so that I don't have to worry about any of that tomorrow. I'm going to get started on my last build once that's done, if I have time tonight. I've got about 2 hours left before it's bedtime, so yeah, hopefully I'll get it done. But yeah, now we are moving on to the candle bit. So I had a lot of problems with this. I had a specific goal in mind of what I wanted to look like, and then I used one set of candles, but I didn't do it the way I liked, so I ended up changing to the second set. And I think I should have kept the first set, but done what I did with the second set for the first set. That doesn't make any sense, but to me it does. Basically, you'll see in a minute what I do with these candles, and I should have kept these candles. But because I didn't like the way it looked based on what I did, I used a different set of candles, but I think the set I'm about to delete actually look really good. Like, they probably should have been the ones I went with, because instead I went with different ones. I didn't even try what I wanted to do. So what I did was basically I put them in random spots, because I also didn't like this. I didn't like how they were all lined up either. So basically what I did was I just put them in random spots and then raise them up and then just duplicate them into each little section. So they were all, yeah, just random and whatever, and it looked so much better. But I probably should have done that with the candles that are on the floor at the moment that I'm about to delete. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not mad that I did it with these ones, but I could have definitely used the other ones, and I feel like maybe in the next build I'll use those ones and I'll know what I'm doing. But until then, I'm not too mad at these ones. I have no idea if those candles actually are in that tree. I didn't think about. I don't think they are, but if they are, whoops. I'm gonna see if I can light the candles. I'm not entirely sure if I do know how to do that, but I'm gonna take a sim here and light the candles and place some stuff on the food tables, I guess. But anyway, yeah, the decoration that happens now really starts to pull it together, in my opinion. I definitely could do a lot better, but I think for what I did, it's definitely still very decent. You know what? Actually, I take that back. I think I did really well. I think I am just being harsh on myself because I normally am, and I'm gonna take this as a win. We did really well. I say we. I should be proud of what I do. Yeah. Also, thank goodness for Tool and this deletion protection mod, because otherwise I would have lost all those candles, and I was not going to be doing that again. If I had lost them, there would have been no candle. But thanks to that deletion protection, I did not lose a damn thing, and I'm so happy about that. But yeah, we'll go going around now and placing a whole bunch of candles, and then I put a bunch of plants around as well, because yeah, it looks good, but it looks so much better with the plants everywhere, and I'm so glad that I did. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts, feelings, opinions, and feedback down below. This is probably my new favorite build of this series. I mean, the mine will always hold a special place in my heart because of how much I really like. That was the first one I really, really, really liked in this series. Um, and then obviously the Queen of Hearts castle was okay, the palace. And yeah, this is probably another one of my absolute favorites. The only thing that lets it down to me is the outside. Like, if you might see it in this build, you might not. I hope you don't because it's ugly, but if you do, you'll understand exactly what I mean when I say it's kind of hideous. But I kind of like it. So, I mean, not the outside, the inside I really, really like. So I'm not too mad at it. Yeah, it went from being very white to being very green and white. And the original color scheme was actually going to be blue and white. But I think the green and white works so much better. And it really just fills in this build a lot more. And like I said before, I could definitely imagine like a wedding or something happening here, thanks to all the My Wedding story stuff. Um, and yeah, I've really fallen in love with some of that My Wedding story stuff. But anyway, yeah, we are getting very close to the end. I am just adding a few more bits and bobs around just to really fill it in because otherwise it felt really blank and bland over here. So yeah, anyway, we're getting close to the end now, so I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of this challenge. And if you want to, I'm definitely running this challenge again because it's so much fun and I absolutely love it. And yeah, it'll be run in the second half of the year every week, so for 26 weeks. If you were interested, definitely check out my Instagram and my Discord because that's where it'll all be. But until then, I just want to say thank you so much again for being a part of this challenge and watching me go through it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.